Good morning, and we're here on Brewing Happiness today. Grab your cup of coffee or your whatever you love in the morning and join us for a little chat. Today, I have a special guest. He happens to be my second cousin, and he is an extraordinary young man who lives with a condition that might put most of us, under the covers all day. But not only does he deal with it and smile through it, but uses his life as an inspiration for others. He's a motivational speaker and runs motivational and inspirational programs for others who are struggling. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on my cousin, Marchello. Marchello, good morning.
Good morning. I appreciate that so much. That was incredible. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Well, hey, I'm so excited that we're doing this. I started my little show and I noticed, you're friends with your cousins on Facebook and started noticing posts from this young man named Marchello, who happens to be my cousin David's son. So Marcello's grandfather is my uncle. Relatives are always confusing, right? And we noticed that we had similar messages and kind of started chatting, and now we're collaborating. So I wanted to introduce Marchello this morning to my audience and let you hear directly from him. So Marchello, this morning, why don't you just introduce us and introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about, I'll just leave it, we'll talk details in a minute, but I'll just leave it open and say, tell us a little bit about your mission.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Marchello Sciortino. I like to go by Cello, so please call me Cello. My brand, my main mission is titled So Cello. I am 26 years old. 25. I just turned 25. 25 years old.
That's all right. No one argues when you shave a year or two off your age.
So I'm 25 years old, and since I was 14, I was diagnosed with a degenerative neuromuscular condition called Friedreich's ataxia. I don't know why they made it so hard to pronounce.
I don't know. I was looking at it this morning. I couldn't say it either.
Yeah. So it's a long word. That has caused a lot of adversity in my life. I'm currently dependent on a manual wheelchair to get around. My ability to walk is a bit stripped away from me at a younger age. I have discovered that my mess is my message. So I've started writing this. I mean, really, it was like a little journal turned book, turned to course. Now it's more of a program that I walk people through. But it's called Winning Despite the Odds at Versatile Advantage, where I kind of coach on the topic of taking your adversity and finding the advantages within. Because, sure, I have my condition, and yes, that is an extreme odd, right? But
right.
I have found the benefits within that disadvantage, and now it is my greatest advantage. It's amazing.
That is beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think that the reason that you are so inspiring is that you deal with more every day, just to get through the day than most of us have to. Let's be really honest, right? You have challenges just moving around the house and taking care of yourself. So tell me about what motivates you, right, to work so hard? What motivates you to keep a smile on your face? And even more than that, because you're doing even more than that, because you're pushing on to the past of now helping other people.
Yes. So my biggest motivation is my faith in God. I wanna, even if I'm having a bad day, I want to put a smile on someone's face. So, I mean, and to me, that is a win, right? Again, I'm winning despite the odds.
That's right.
To take my messy mess, my discouragement at times, and smile through the pain, right? It causes that happiness in others as I just go about my routine. It's inspirational. I love that so much. So, I mean, that is my motivation, just to be an inspiration.
Well, I love it that you find your happiness in seeing somebody else smile or helping somebody else be motivated, because
Right.
I don't know. For me, when I look at your life, I'm like, I better not be whining about anything, right? You make everything, you do everything with such a cheerful spirit. That's what I love about talking to you and about watching you, is you do turn every single situation. I've never heard you say anything. I've never heard a complaint. I've never heard anything negative. I've only heard from you how you like to take your disadvantage and turn it into an advantage. So tell me about adversatile. I'm going to look it up again. Adversatile advantage, winning despite the odds, adversatile advantage. I know you just got through with your first delivery of your program. And so how was that?
Oh, it was fantastic. No. So it was a 5 week program. So we met one day a week, and I went through my first module. So the first section is all about weighing your blessings. So the title of it is "Life is More Than This or That," and that is so important, right?
Right.
Because we so often get caught up on one thing where it becomes our primary focus. And if we can let that all shift and kind of reset just by weighing the blessings we're so fortunate the blessings that we're so fortunate to have every single day. I mean, it just puts a new level of appreciation and gratitude in perspective, right? It just makes everything so much better. And then the
Well,
second one, yeah,
good.
the the second section is to emphasize and finesse your reality. Finesse your reality. So that's is teaching you to take your adversity to stare at it face to face. I mean, look at it in the eye as if it's some wicked demon and own it. You take charge,
Right.
right? Make
I
it
love
be
that.
something great for you. That's awesome. Amazing. And then section 3 is to shift. It's going through the perspective shift that I came up with, which is it's a 4-step process. So you recognize your adversity, you own it, then you atone it. So you reconcile what it is to you. You actually
I
become
love it.
buddies with it. And then you succeed. So you live up to it. You power through it day in, day out. It's beautiful. And then
That is beautiful.
troublesome power. That's so cool. Right? That's another way to say adversatile advantage in my mind. Or disadvantage, or advantages and disadvantages. Troublesome power. And then the last one, which is honestly my favorite, accepting and control. It's going through the fine line in between determined acceptance and accepting defeat.
Determined acceptance. Those are great words. I love that.
It is beautiful.
Now, is your program for everyone? Is it just for anyone who is looking to move forward in life? Who's your audience for this program?
Yes, ma'am. My target audience is a little broad at the moment, right? So I
Right.
invite
Anyone
anyone
inspired
in.
by you. If your target audience could be anybody inspired by you, that'd be a nice giant group of people, wouldn't it?
Yep.
All right. So tell me about now. So I know that I had never been to your site Socello until this morning. I must apologize. I saw your Facebook page and I said, oh, he has this nice little clothing line. But then when I went to your website, I saw Socello is so much more than that. So I wanna add that into. I'm gonna put that in the comments. www.sochello.com. So anybody can check that out. Oh, I have never put a comment in. There we go. Anyway, tell me about Socello, because the site itself looked really interesting, and I only had a few minutes to check it out this morning.
No, yeah. So the website is my creation. I love that little. I mean, like the web design aspect of it. It's fun to figure all that out.
Right.
On there, I offer. See, there are 4 main sections, which is apparel, so like merchandise of Socello stuff, which is awesome. You know, my logo, the one behind me, and in my eyes logo, which was the start of my brand. So I pivoted quite a bit. So the merch, and then I have this vintage collection where I go to thrift stores around, like local thrift shops, and get or buy used clothing that's pretty fashionable. And I've had these Socello patches made, and they say Socello vintage, and they're iron-on patches. So I iron them onto the clothes after we have them, and that's on our line, which is awesome.
I love that.
So it's
I personally shop at thrift stores all the time, so that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's a great way to add to your collection. And then I like your Socello kind of is self descriptive, isn't it? It kind of, I don't know, it just makes me feel like when I hear Socello, I hear everything is cool, everything's going to be fine. That's kind of that's kind of the message that I don't know what you were trying to send, but that's the message I hear from the Socello brand.
Absolutely. I thank you for that, because that is what I'm going for. I mean, also it's, I mean, it's become so much more than what it was when I first started.
Right.
Because yes, it is a self-descriptive brand, and I mean, I title it or phrase it as my outlet for self-expression, which totally makes sense, right? But the way it's become now, Tina, we have talked about this, but this new logo just it packs a punch, and it redefines how I see the brand, and that is getting out of your comfort zone, right?
So is the Socello, is that the new brand, the one behind you on the wall? Is that the new brand?
Yeah, that's the new logo.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Love it. And I love it that it stands for a message. It's not just a clothing line to wear something fashionable. It really does kind of stand for your philosophy and your awesome attitude.
No, absolutely. That's awesome. Thank you.
And then don't you also have a Facebook group called Socello?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and so that's where you communicate with your people.
Right. So I have a page called Socello, but my Facebook group is called Celloisms.
Okay.
It's awesome.
And what happens? What happens? And what happens on Celloisms? Tell me about Celloisms.
Yeah. I've been going live in there each Tuesday of the week. So once a week I've been going live. and I come up with a message, and I've learned this concept in talking on these lives where they want you to tell a story, teach on a topic, and then enforce a tool, right? Something that your audience can remember. So that's what I try to do each week. Tell a story, teach on a topic to a point, and then deliver a tool for people to memorize what you're talking about. Awesome.
That's a great format to talk about or to follow. So you go live every Tuesday at what time?
Every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central. Yep.
And it's called Celloisms, CHELLOISMS. Is that right? I kind of spelled it on the fly.
You got it.
I just realized this morning your name had an H in it, so I'm a little discombobulated.
Yeah.
Okay, so now recently, Marchello and I, Cello, I'm going to start calling you Cello. You said you go by Cello. So we started collaborating on a group that we're going to call Start With Your Heart. And this is a group that we are joined forces on because we're both in the same boat in that we have a message that we want to get out. We're new at marketing, and so we're trying to figure out the behind the scene, strategy, tool, plan for getting the word out there. And so we decided to kind of coordinate our efforts and kind of document our journey as we grow. Good morning, Christopher. We just absolutely have a crowd this morning. It's fantastic. That we're combining our forces. We both have similar messages, right? We're trying to inspire and motivate. We want people to be, I'm going to say, you're saying we want people to win. I'm going to say winning is being happy. So I'm going to say we align very perfectly, right? If I want to if I want my mess to be my message and I want to overcome my, and Fatty is here too. My friend Chris is watching with his cat Fatty. So he says Fatty is here too. So we want to align to, like I said, to kind of document the journey of a regular person who has no, right? We weren't born into families that had a machine to get the word out. Oh, and there's Jan and Hannah and Tina, and my daughter says third and fourth cousins here because she's watching with her baby. It's a family affair. All right. Anyway, I was talking about Start With Your Heart. That's the group I'm inviting all of you to come join for us. Look for it on Facebook. It's called Start With Your Heart, where Cello and I will be going live every Friday morning, 8 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. CST, to just do this. We just chat. We just chat about what are your, okay, Madonna. No, that was Sly and the Family Stone, dude. Madonna. If only I could sing like Madonna, I would be a rock star. That would be my dream in life. That's what I always say. If I had the pipes, I would have been a rock star. All right. So anyway, we're starting this group, Start With Your Heart, where we kind of chat about our journey, right? Cello and I get together and we chat about what we learned that week and what we're trying to do and what's kind of working and what we did that, didn't work that great, and compare notes and hoping to bring anybody who has an entrepreneurial spirit or maybe has an idea that they would like to start a business or have a message that they'd like to spread. And then we'd like to maybe bring them along with us as we learn and grow on our journey. Right? I think that's a fair assessment of what we are doing. So I want to know, Cello, because I feel like you just live your life as, and you know this, and I think it's fantastic that you do know it, that you are an inspiration, right? That you understand that people are looking at you and that they're seeing you overcome your struggles every day with that big smile on your face, with that awesome attitude. And they're like, yeah, I can do it too. So I want to know is what inspires you? What keeps inspiring you to keep getting up every morning with that smile on your face?
All right. So
who do you listen to for inspiration, right?
Right. I want to say this first. It's been a journey. Being called an inspiration, I had very negative views toward it. I just, it felt like a sympathetic response. Just to hear someone say, "Oh, you're an inspiration." It's like, oh, he can't, but he tries anyway. That's inspiring. What? Sure, it's hard for me to do it, but I try because I know I can. There's no can't in this at all. So, I mean, just really what inspires me is pushing beyond that. And actually now appreciating the heck out of people saying that I'm an inspiration, because that's what it's all about. To me, inspiration is the name of the game. I want to inspire. And I mean, if I can inspire others by, I'm not going to say holding back the pain, but provide, turning the pain into something better. Right. Just impress someone. Not for my own gratitude or satisfaction, but to empower a shift in their mind as well.
Absolutely,
it's incredible. That is my inspiration. Now, like, listen to people like other motivational speakers. I'm not gonna lie, I have not done a lot of that because in my perspective, it's like, well, this is my life, and I haven't heard anyone with my same condition talking about these things, which, right. I mean, it's kind of like a double negative, right? I mean, I need to open up and start listening to other people, but for now, it's just been my own point of view, my own take on these situations.
Right, but I know you listen to Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins, yeah.
I know we've talked about Tony Robbins a little bit. And Dean. So, I mean, the fact that I find it inspiring, and I hope that you realize that there's not a sympathetic bone here, right? This isn't about sympathy. This is about pure admiration. Because, like I said, it's not just about that you deal with it, because you don't really have a choice about dealing with what life brings you, whatever your adversity is, whether, it's something full blown or it's just a whatever adversity is coming your way. We all have to deal with it. It's the fact that, I mean, you don't really have much choice, right? Other than not getting up in the morning, you have to kind of deal with it. But the fact that you do it with a smile on your face, and you do it with an intention, right? With an intention of, like you said, I don't quit. I don't lose. I don't say can't. I just keep going. That's the part that's inspiring, right? That's the part. It's your attitude, and the fact that you have enough, I can't think of what the word is, wherewithal, that you have enough confidence and self-love and self-confidence and self-esteem, that you have enough to give back to us, right? That you have enough to say, I'm fine. What about you? I'm worried about how you're doing. That's what's impressive, my friend. That's what makes us say you're an inspiration.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm going to play, I got a little video here I'm going to show, and this because I'm just new with StreamYard, which I have finally learned to call StreamYard because I kept calling it Yardstream. And even though if you type in Yardstream, guess what? It still comes up in the browser. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to play just a minute here. We're going to go to this, and I'm going to share my screen. And it's going to be ugly for a minute while I figure this out. All right. Let's see if we can make this bigger. This is you at the gym, my friend. Working harder than I work any single day of my entire life. Apparently that was a very short video.
Yeah, it was pretty short.
It was too short. I was enjoying. Here, I got one more. Replay the video. This one's short too, but that's okay. I'm just showing everybody how hard you work. I want them to see what you do on a regular basis to stay strong, because you're right. You actually do live the steps of your program, right? By owning your adversity, by working at it, by not ignoring it and just saying, oh, well, this is what I have. You do what you have to do to make the best of every day.
Yes, man. You got to do what you got to do, right?
That's right. I don't think I could do this. That thing looks like a beast that you're dragging towards you there. Now, how often do you work out like that? How often do you train like that?
Right. So, in honesty, the video was from 2 years ago. Yep. Now the one with me pulling up with the band.
Right.
That was
recent.
That was last month.
Right.
Let's see. I've been going to, it's kind of like an adaptive sports gym. I like it being a little more not a little more, a lot more strengthening than PT and physical therapy.
Right. Yep.
Which often it's like, oh,
yeah, they don't give you weights in physical therapy, do they?
Yeah, pick up this cone on your right side and put it on your left. Oh, okay. Cool.
You're like, give me a challenge, man.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we're gonna charge you $300 for this visit for an hour. It's like, what? Then I go to something more strengthening. It's like $40 an hour. It's like, oh, cool.
Right. Love it.
So I've been doing that once a week. But then
that's fantastic.
I'm getting in the routine of doing it 3 times a week, because I want more of a challenge, right? I mean, I really want to see my physical abilities improve, get a little better. I mean, that would be the goal, right?
Right.
I want to get out of this wheelchair that I'm in right now and just walk out of the room.
Right.
I want to go to the bathroom without falling down. I want to take a shower without having to sit down the whole time. And lower myself on the ground and then get back up. I mean, that stuff, it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, it's a whole lot to go through. And I mean, I appreciate you saying that, I always have a smile on my face. I don't show the behind the scenes stuff. And just being more authentic with it. I'm gonna tell you, I have my bad moments, right? Or I freak out. I mean, because my mom and dad are my biggest supports, right? My mom, I broke her so many times. And when I say broke, I mean like energy levels and kind of depressed feeling. And it's like, man, I want to say sorry, but I don't know how. So I do. I try to do all I can on my own. But at this time, it's just, I'm not going to say it's not possible, but it's not the current state. Not my current position needs aid.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say I chose to accept and control. So I accept my limitations, but I'm in control of how it's going to play out. I love that.
What did you say before? What was the one you said before? something acceptance, determined acceptance.
Determined
Is that what
acceptance.
you called it?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Yes, I love that. I love that. That's because that's kind of part of, I talk about happiness in 3 parts, right? That we have the moments when we're in the flow and we're in the zone, and we're just totally connected with the bigger picture. Then we have enjoyment, like you and I are having right now, a nice conversation, life is good. But then we have acceptance, where there are parts of our lives that aren't always fun, right? Nobody gets to have a fun day all day long, and there's full of challenges and situations. And acceptance is where we realize we have a beautiful life, and even if this moment is not exactly as we'd want it to be, right? We're not slipping into the depths of depression because we're accepting that these are the challenges, or this is the things going on in life. And so determined acceptance even takes that to another level when we're talking about, right, accepting those things in life that they are what they are. And that's the whole key about happiness, is to accept and be grateful in this moment, right? And so you have just with completely different words and a completely different approach, kind of said some of the things that I've been talking about and that you and I have been talking about, but in a whole, I mean, I love to look at the same idea from different angles, right? It just makes it a bigger picture. It just expands those ideas. And so I'm excited about what we're doing together and our collaboration. And I'm excited about our relationship, the fact that we're getting to know each other. Thank you for technology, because here I am in California and there you are in St. Charles, right? And I'm excited for the opportunity to work with you and learn from you. Honestly, that's what's really exciting me about this relationship.
I share the same view. I'm so excited. I feel that you're the conversation starter. I love that. So I think, we'll work really, really well together.
That's right.
Pretty awesome.
I say sometimes, can you share his Facebook page for us? Yes, I can. Hold on. I'm going to do that in the comments. So it's hello. Here it is. All right. Sorry. Obviously, I could put my glasses on, but I'm too vain, so I just squint. Number 1 beauty tip for women over 50, wear your glasses.
How about this, Tina, if you can send me over the names of each person watching this,
I will.
Each attendant, I will personally invite all to my group and my page.
Very good. Now, I've also posted your Facebook page so they can find you too. Is it an open message? Do you have to join? Is it a public group?
So Celloism is a private group.
Oh, I did the wrong one. I did Cello. I wanted to do, the group is Celloisms.
Right.
All right.
I
did it wrong. I did it wrong. Celloisms. CHELLOISM.
Yes. ISM.
Celloism. There it is. All right, I found it. All right. I'm all about the links, man. I don't want anybody to tell me anything. I just say, give me the link. Okay, now we got you covered. All right, so now we have in our links both your Facebook page and your Facebook group, because I want the people to be able to find you. I want them to be able to hear what you have to say.
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right. Good. Well, we're coming kind of, I guess, well, we can talk as long as we want. That's the beauty of having your own show and not having a producer or anybody other than yourself to say, oh, I can just talk as long as I want this morning. So tell us, let's talk about the big picture. What do you hope to accomplish with your programs and your pages? I know we want to inspire people, but what's your long-term goal? Are you see yourself on a large stage? Is it all going to stay online behind the scenes? What do you think?
All right. So we're going to get into
this is an interview, my friend. I get to ask hard questions.
Yep. No, it's great. So
go ahead.
Okay. So my view of it is that I want this to be my career, right? I mean, career, yes, it's financial, right?
Right.
So I'm inspiring, and I know I am. It's awesome. These programs, courses, and books that I'm working on right now, I want to start selling them because the whole mindset behind selling this type of thing is like in the knowledge industry, is that I'd be doing a disservice to others if I didn't get this material out in front of them.
That's right.
That's huge.
That's right.
So I know that I'm gonna have to run ads and all that stuff just to be able to get the word out there, and to sell it is a no-brainer. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be worth it.
Well, and when you sell something as opposed to give it away too, other people, it gives it value, right? Right. I can't tell you the number of free courses I've signed up and never completed, and yet when I pay for something, I'm like, I'm taking this course. Darn it, I paid money for it, and
absolutely,
it does have value, right? I mean, I think you're putting out to the world that an important message and important lessons. So we're on the same path, right?
Yep.
That's my goal too, is to make this support the bills and do what you love, right? That's the goal in life, to make a living doing what you love.
I mean, as the way I say it, we're documenting our progress and inspiring in the process, which is
that's right.
Awesome,
that's
right?
Exactly
Beautiful.
That's exactly right.
So on like a lofty goal, I want to inspire millions. I mean, I want to touch lives. Yes, even one person is great. If you can have one person, that's huge. Well, let's multiply that one person into a huge amount of people.
That's right.
Right?
Because if one person needs to hear what you have to say, there's another person out there just like them that needs to hear it as well.
Yep. That's amazing. It really is.
Very good.
And then, I have I built the confidence to talk in front of the camera.
Yes, you do awesome.
I'm talking to a lens right now, one eyeball. I want to gain the confidence to speak on stages. So yes, I do want to be like a motivational speaker up on the stage. I don't know. It'd be such a cool title to have behind your name. Like this person has talked on the TED Talks.
Right. So here's my advice. Here's my advice for you. You could have this stream tomorrow, right? If you just go out there and let people know you're available. So contact some youth groups in your area, some boys and girls clubs, some Eagle Scout clubs, anybody that gathers youth together, and tell them that you're available as a speaker, and that at this point you're not going to actually charge for them, but you would love to come and speak to their group, and you'll be invited all over town. And then you start honing your skills as a speaker in front of fairly safe audiences, right? Young people who really are going to hear you, you are a young person, right? They're going to hear you, and they're going to really identify with what you have to say. And I think that is something you could start right away. You got a message. You got something to say already. You have a story that is worth hearing, and you're personable and fun to listen to. So between those things, you could start this going, and I think that would be an awesome thing to add to your resume, like you said.
Wow, Dina, I'm gonna take you up on that. I'm gonna go
Yes.
for it because yeah.
Good. Yeah,
Wow.
good. Because there's nothing you need to get to do that right now, right? There's nothing that you need to, there's no feathers you need to add to your cap, no training you need to complete. You have everything you need to say, I am a motivational speaker. Now I just got to find somebody to let me speak. And so what they say, what I've read is this, that people don't hire speakers, they hire experts, right? So you got to identify what your speech is and what problem you're solving, which is very simple, right? You're solving the problem of state. We start with something simple, but you define your problem as staying motivated is the problem I'm solving. You used your whole tell a story, teach a topic, deliver a tool, right? That format could still work in a live group or in a live speech. And so you put out there and say, I talk on overcoming adversity. I speak on helping people stay motivated even when things don't go their way. And now they got something that they can bring to their people, right? You're just saying, hey, I'm Cello and I'm a motivational speaker and I want to talk to your people. Okay. Who doesn't? But you have a great story. You know, you have a great, I think any group that heard of you that looked for, that was looking for and accepted speakers would be like, how fast can I sign you up, dude?
Well, thank you. I'm going to get on it.
Good. Good. I should take this advice myself.
For sure.
All right. Well, I think we are approaching our time for today. I think we've covered all of our great topics. I thank you for coming on today, and we'll do this again sometime. This was so fantastic. On my regular daily show. But then, of course, you can see Marchello and I do this every week on Friday mornings in Start with a Heart. I guess I should list that group too, because we are busy. We got a lot going on. All right, I'll let you say your ending.
All right, I just say, Tina, this has been awesome. And thank you for having me here and for talking like this. It's been amazing, and I look so forward to keeping up with our collaboration each Friday in our group.
That's right.
Start with your heart. It's gonna be so awesome.
That's right.
Now,
I'm gonna be in Palm Springs. Go ahead.
My closing guys would be just to let you guys know that you got this. All right, we all got this. Regardless of our given hand, regardless of our situations or circumstances, regardless of challenges, we got this. Everything's gonna be all right. I just, that is my motto that I live by, and
I love it.
It's 100% true. 100%.
I love it. That's fantastic. And like I said, you keep on doing what you're doing because it's working for me anyway. So your audience is out there. Now we just got to work on helping you do that marketing work. I always say I'm a good talker. I'm not that great of a marketer. So that's what that's what you and I are going to work on in the coming weeks. So Friday I will be here, but we're going to Palm Springs. My whole family's going to Palm Springs for a few days. We rented a big house, pool, and I'll be live every day, but I'll be doing it from Palm Springs. So Friday we're still on.
Yeah, awesome.
If I can find a quiet space in a house with 20 people.
That's a mission, but you can do it right.
Well, the good news is there's not much happening at 7 a.m. So that's the good news for us. All right. Well, this has been delightful. It went even better than I had hoped since we didn't do a whole lot of preparation, right? Just kind of turned on the camera and started talking like we usually do. And it was fantastic. So I invite everyone to join us on Friday. We have a group, and I'll put this in the notes too. Start with your heart. It's brand new. You might notice it doesn't have very many members because we just started it. But this is an opportunity to just watch Marchello and I as we as we march down the journey of taking our message and trying to get it out to the people, right? And then we're going to talk about our struggles with being an entrepreneur, with the marketing stuff that we're not that good at, and with just the day-to-day, what they say, keeping on, day after day after day.
Yes.
All right, Marcello, thank you so much. Cello, this has been awesome. I will talk to you on Friday, and I will see you all tomorrow on tomorrow's episode of Brewing Happiness. Make it a happy day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye now.